Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Montreal, you're gonna have to help me out on this one because as a guy living in BC, I don't really have access to RDS or those television programs over there, but the Montreal Canadiens have named one of them as their Vice President of Communications. It is Chantal Machabée. Take a look at the statement they have on their website over here. We're going to read this together just to get the bud out of the way there. This is a pretty good hire, just from my opinion right here. Now, again, I don't really know too much about RDS. I don't really tune into their programs. I do read the articles once in a while, but just with my understanding of media and how things work in Montreal, as well as Machabé's level of success that she has achieved over there, this seems like a really, really good thing over here. Let's go ahead and make that bigger. Can we go ahead and do that? Let's zoom in. Is that a thing we can do? Yeah, there we go. We did that. So, Jeff Molson, owner, president, and CEO of the Canadiens, is proud to announce the appointment of Chantal Machabée as the Vice President of Communications of the Montreal Canadiens. As such, she will directly work with the management of hockey operations, and she will be responsible for managing all communications for this sector. She will report directly to France-Margaret Bélanger, President of Sports Entertainment for the Montreal Canadiens Group. For 32 years, Chantal was part of RDS as a sports reporter covering all Quebec sports, including the daily activities of the Habs. It is with great pleasure that I welcome Chantal to our organization, said Jeff Molson. She has unparalleled experience in the world of sports media in Quebec. Her thoroughness and determination have made her a standout in the field of sports journalism, and her vast knowledge of the media sector will be an asset in meeting the challenges of this strategic position. Maintaining good communication with our fans and members of the media is of paramount importance to us. That's kind of ridiculous. Paramount importance. That's kind of redundant right there, but you know what? It makes sense, so we'll go with it. Chantal's appointment will certainly contribute to this. A Laval native, Machabée is known in the Quebec media landscape for her professionalism and dedication, a true pioneer within the sports broadcasting industry. In 1989, she became the first woman to anchor a daily sports newscast in Quebec when she hosted the inaugural episode of Sports 30 on RDS, the first program to air on the network, alongside Serge... oh boy, I apologize. Deslongchamps. Since then, she has continued to serve as an inspiration to countless journalists throughout the media. Now, before we move over onto her comments, I just want to say this right here. For somebody to have worked in a media role for this long, ever since 1989, somebody to have been around the Quebec media industry, to know what the fans want, to know what the media is like, to know what just the overall response is to news and why communication is important. This is a really, really important understanding that somebody as the president of communications can have. And for somebody with the resume that Chantal Machabée has, this is a really good move, just from the perspective that when it comes to the things that Canadiens do, you're gonna need somebody to go out there and tell the media, tell the fans, okay, this is what we did, this is why we did it, this is our plan going forward, this is why we made this trade, this is why we drafted this player, this is why we made this decision, this is why we decided to keep these guys, or why we decided to let somebody go. When it comes to communication with the media, I cannot think of a hockey market that probably needs that more than the Montreal Canadiens, not just in general, but right now. You know, with all the stuff that this team has gone through with the Logan Mailloux draft pick and the really just absolute decline in play, all of the failures that this team has experienced, all the positive cases, all the injuries, this team kind of needs some direction in the face of the media. And when it comes to Montreal, they're so media frenzy crazy that it takes one to know one, you know? Somebody who has been on that side, understanding what the media is like in Montreal, going over and stepping into being this important figure within the organization, this is a really important move, and it's something that you could only really match if you know the media and you know the landscape, and Machabée does. She's been here for 30 years doing her thing as a media representative in the Quebec community, covering Quebec sports, so she knows what it's about. Somebody who's going to be able to know what it means to communicate with the media is going to be now part of the Canadiens aspect of that. Watching Guy Lafleur play inspired me to become a sports journalist. His talent and charisma fostered my immense passion for hockey. I had the privilege of spending more than 38 years in the business, including more than 32 at RDS, and I'm extremely grateful for the experience. A new chapter is beginning for me, and it is with great enthusiasm that I accept this new challenge. Thank you to France Margaret Berlanger and Jeff Molson for their confidence. Thank you for welcoming me into the Montreal Canadiens family, said Machabée regarding her appointment. So, as I said at the beginning, Canadiens fans, you're going to have to help me out here because I have not been, exposed to RDS media all too much, but if you are indeed from the community, you have indeed been exposed to RDS, please let me know what you think about this hire over here. Chantal Machabée has been named the Vice President of Communications for the Montreal Canadiens. I personally, based off of my limited knowledge of the situation and just my understanding of media in general, I think this is a very, very good move. But let me know in the comments all your thoughts about this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.